Hey guys, how we doing? Sorry, give me a second here. Boom. Okay. And we're ready. Hi. I'm Yalk, and in today's Boom Beach video, I was just going to run through map clear stuff, I guess. Maybe just show some of my scouting process. You can see I already started with a couple of these bases, and I realized, hey, this might be of interest to somebody, so I stopped in the middle. So far, this morning, I started with, this guy just will not leave off this base. And so I recaptured that base with no losses. I was really proud of that. I might go back to that. Ha! Screw you, guy. I think he's using tanks, I want to say. The thing... where is that? There it is. Yeah, tanks. Eventually he'll quit because it's just not going to be worth his time. So started off with warriors. We're going to switch to RCZM and we'll scout ahead from there. Also wanted to point out something on my activity log overnight. So this player, Rambo, I know I have come across him before. I know I've beaten a player named Rambo before, and chances are at this level there's not going to be, it's very unlikely that there are two of them. So I've beaten this player. You would remember that because first of all, it is a cool name. Props to him on that. And then second of all, with a name like that, you would assume that this would be a pure offense player, and he's not. He does have some ice. So a bit of a surprise, but just something that sticks in your memory. So yeah, Rambo beat me, returning a favor that I have done for him in the past. At least once. Don't know this player. This player, interestingly, is notable for a different reason. I beat this player just a couple of days ago, Sam. This guy, of course, I keep going back and forth with on the resource base. This guy, Mons, or Mans, depending on, again, where you're from and how you pronounce that. I did a video like 2 days ago showing me beating him, and now he is turning around and beating me. Let's see, this one, I don't know. This one doesn't ring a bell. Last week I had a player named Juju. I beat Juju twice on consecutive days, and on the third day Juju beat me. Who else? Oh, I had a General Eisenhower. I beat General Eisenhower twice, and General Eisenhower has yet to beat me, but obviously it's going to happen at some point. It's coming because... yeah, we'll get to that in a second. And let's see, there was at least one more. Juju, Eisenhower. There was another one last week also. Now the name is escaping me. But another one that I had beaten on at least one day, or beat maybe twice, and then came around and beat me again. So, and apparently at my VP level, this is a little worrisome to me. Apparently at my VP level, which is, so I'm at 1175 right at the moment with some work to do, so I'll get close to 1190 today. There seem to be not that many matches left to make because I keep running into the same players over and over again, and they're running into me. That's a little worrisome. My VP is not spectacular. I mean, it's a good level. It's not great. I'm still trying to get it higher. But if you... Nope, that's the wrong tab. If you look globally, I mean, I'm only around... Well, I just, did a couple of things. So I was just around 9,000. I was at 9,020, and I did 2 things and jumped up to 886. And we'll see where we are at the end of this. Let's just go ahead and... Alright, so this guy... But anyway, not an extraordinary VP level. So... Are there so few players at the top? That just kind of... And obviously, if I'm around that, let's say 8,000-9,000 range, I'm basically getting players in the 1100s like me. I've only had one 1200, and I did a video about that too. That was somebody whose name you probably know, but that's the only player over 1200 that I recall beating. Most of my players are... My matches are in the 1100s, but apparently there just aren't that many matches out there to be made. Little worrisome, like long-term future of the game. I know Supercell is trying to generate more interest, but I might want to get on that, Supercell. Anyway, rant over. Tag this guy for RCZM, tag this guy for it doesn't matter what, because there's no ice on that base. Let's take a look at this one. We've got at least 4 ice going that I can see. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 offensive statues, so we're missing a statue somewhere. That's a pretty hefty boost. No shield. So maybe we could do some warriors here. It does have a SEMO. That's kind of annoying. That's the health on the HQ. There is the HQ health boost this week too, so even if you're using max level warriors right now, the health of the HQ descends at a frustratingly low rate of speed, because you want it, with warriors, you just want to go smash, smash, smash and see the health drop quickly and be gone. And it's taking longer than you'd like, but I think we'll still try it. So yeah, warriors for this guy. In despite of your ice, sir. Sir? Madam? I don't know. Tomek? I couldn't tell you what that... Who the hell knows? Or cares? I see the 4 ice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 offensive statues. I'm assuming there's one more ice somewhere. Very likely, but probably back in the trees somewhere. Doesn't matter. Whatever. We'll get back to you. Ma shrink. Alright. Shield. Usually not a good sign for laser, or for warriors. If you were boosting, you could do it, come back here and pop that, but that's going to throw us off a little bit. This is obviously going to be a player who has ice that, I don't know why. Sometimes I'm surprised by it, but generally you can look at the layout of a base and have an idea. So this guy definitely has ice. He's got, I see 2 boosting. I see 3 purple statues, 1 red, 4 purple, 2 red, 5 purple, 2 red. Anyway, so definitely some ice, at least 2, maybe a third. 5, 2, 2. Yeah, missing 1 somewhere. Oh, there it is. So, just 2. But boosting. Alright, so the front line of the base is all one-hitters. That says RCZM to me. Unfortunately, he does have a laser, and he's put the rockets well to the back of this base. So, probably what I'm going to try to do then is we'll skip the front line of the base entirely. We're going to smoke. Usually when I smoke, that leaves me the GBE to take out 2 things. This is obviously going to have to be shocked together, laser and rocket. We're going to smoke up over here. That means we're going to want to remove this and probably that. So, and since we're avoiding the front line of the base is RCZM, but since we're coming over into this area, we're going to want to boat a heavy because of those 3 towers, splash damage and such, so HRCZM. And that's how that goes. We'll come back to that later. I use these acronyms enough that my typewriter... Who calls it a typewriter anymore? Anyway, forget that. Recognizes them. 4 ice, right on the beach. Making it nice and easy. I mean, it doesn't really matter in the long run. If you're going to scout, you're going to scout. But it is nice not having to go searching through a base to find out how many this guy, you know, it's like 3 health and 1 damage. Like how many ice statues somebody has. Sure, just put them out front. Let's just be done with it. You're not really hiding anything, like that one guy who's probably has his ice stashed somewhere in the trees. I know it's there. It doesn't, you know, you can look at the stats. You're not really fooling anybody. But whatever. Just my personal feeling there. So, do see an opportunity over here, I believe, to do 2 shocks. And so that means we'd want to attack this base from that direction. Probably taking out this rocket and that shock launcher and dealing with this one as it sort of comes into play. So we'll go straight RCZM on that, not looking for... This is going to end up being slightly longer. Dr. T, we'll do that later. Slightly longer as a video, but I think this is the last base to scout on the map. And this definitely has ice. Again, has made it easy. He's even arranged them in such a way as to make it easy to count. We've got 2 rows of 5, so I don't have to go scouting around to see whether he's hidden anything back here. So he's just being upfront with it. 2 ice and boosting. That looks like HRCZM to me. The H because of that one machine gun there on the beach. Trying to BART out, not a ton of ice, trying to BART out at least 2 of those rockets, maybe all 3. We could go a little low on GBE with this one because the 2 shock launchers are right up close on the beach. So we'll do HRCZM, okay. And away we go, I think. Let's just check. That should be everybody. Are you all tagged? Your doom has been sealed. Alright, and we're good to go. So we have the RCZM loaded up, so finding the RCZM base. I think there was 1 RCZM, a couple of HRCZM. One that doesn't matter, we'll probably do him, the no ice base. So, can double shock those over there. Actually, this is the one I had tagged before I started doing this. You know what? Actually, he has machine guns on the beach. I want heavies here. So, not RCZM. Thank you. And now we're good. I should probably start keeping a list. So we can shock those 2 together. Gonna want this gone. Gonna want that gone. And usually I save at least one of the barrages for a shock launcher because they have higher health. And then I'll work on this back rocket launcher with artillery. Yeah, we'll throw one more. Because the barrages get so expensive so quickly. So now we have just the 1 shock to worry about, and trying to make sure not to grab like the pen tool and stuff. Throwing that out there. Critters, sorry. Should be more specific. The heavies are over there taking shots from the machine gun, which is what we want heavies to be doing. Good job, heavies. Gonna spread a little bit off to the left-hand side, just trying to clear. Pretty much that mortar goes down. We're gonna flare over. Yep. Okay. Checking our shock over here. Tons of GBE. Shock is still good. And rocket is down. Next thing we have to worry about is that flamethrower. Do have some heavies over there still. More critters, mainly to pop the mines at this point. And a shock over here. We're going to work on this stuff and try to stay away from the, what's that thing called? Flotsam cannon. Yeah. Want nothing to do with flotsam cannons. Taking a little bit of damage from that flamethrower up by the HQ, so let's not do that. And see if we can get these 2 guys with 1 shock together. No. I think I have, nope, I got one, not the other. Now, we could, where is his shield even? I was going to say, we could try to work around to go find his shield, but it seems like it's not going to be worth the adventure. Going off that direction, that is well hidden. I mean, I didn't even think of it. Not that it made a difference. I mean, obviously you can see that his base has a shield, but no ice. We'll come back to you. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, probably. Because we're already at 15 minutes, and this is... this won't take long. That's what she... Never mind. Never mind, never mind. So, in this case, I'm going to do what I said I do not do. I'm going to use the barrages strictly on rocket launchers, even though they are lower health, because it's going to clear some mines in the process. We're going to get a little extra GBE over here with the 2 gold storages that we're touching this shock launcher. Thank you for that, sir. And actually, this could have been pure RCZM. because of all these one-hitters up here, but don't matter. Probably should have gotten the heavies. Shocks being cheap, we're going to waste one on the beach here. Probably should have gotten the heavies over to this side or towards the middle with maybe maybe a boat of rifles on either side because of the mortar over there. Everybody in the world has a flotsam right now, which won't, actually fairly soon nobody in the world will have a flotsam because they're taking away the nicest feature of the flotsam in the update, sorry, excuse me, lost my English for a second there, the update, which is never coming. Everybody's waiting for it, and now they're just keeping us on the hook. Thanks for that. The one downside of the update is that they are taking away the best part of the flotsam cannon, which is that it kills things after, get away from it, after it blows up. Not paying enough attention to that. Keep looking up here at the flamethrowers instead. It kills things after the HQ dies. And that really is the best thing about a flotsam. It's the only reason I have it. I have it put up next to my HQ because if you're using RCZM, I'm hoping to pick off a few extra troops and get intel and diamonds. And if you're using warriors, then I'm trying to kill all of your warriors at the HQ as revenge. Like, yeah, you beat me, but now you have, you know, less gold than you would have otherwise, sucker. Haha, that kind of thing. Yeah, and apparently that's a bug, not a feature, so they're going to remove that from the game when they do their update. Oh yeah, so this guy. And how much ice did this one have? Did we... I know we have it. It's a good bit. Is it just the 2 boosting? Alright, so plan is... Let's see. Bart. This we're going to try to ignore. Will mostly be out of its range. And going to ignore the blaster and hope that critters can take care of it. Unfortunately, we're going to have to use critters at the beach to clear some of those mines for this walk. I want to get up to about here. It's not great, but, you know, in we go. Don't worry, they said. It'll be fine, they said. Alright, so... Guy has been nice enough to give us a little bit of free GBE there, or extra GBE. It's not free, but you know what I mean. So that should be down, but we'll... Oh, and these two are touching, which is also good. Thank you for that. And where are we? 54, but that's going to jump back up to 60 GBE. Should be plenty for the walk. Going to have to shock up there. Unfortunately, going to have to lose delay on everything. But you know what? With this kind of attack, I wasn't going to use delay anyway, so whatever. Probably should have left the heavies last and not Everspark to get shot on the beach. Please don't get shot on the beach, Everspark. That boom cannon, she peeked out too. Scary. And get moving because I don't love smoking this combination, but because the cryos are way out front because they're faster, and I'm gonna do that. Shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake. What have we got here for? So we can flare, and we're gonna get that laser shocked immediately. Hopefully get some critters here soon. And blasting a hole in everything. Gotta get the laser again. That is the one nice thing about using this strategy, is that you rip through stuff so quickly that, you know, even being in a pretty precarious situation, kind of like that one, it doesn't end up. You're surrounded by things that want to kill you, and it's a pretty vulnerable troop combination, but all of a sudden in the course of a couple of seconds, everything's dead, and you can just go on with your attack. So I don't quite know why he left this shield shrink. I don't know why this shield is so undefended back here. That's just a little too easy to get to. We're going to drop back down to here and let the critters get out ahead because of the blaster. Critters are great for blasters. Just kind of go on with your life. With this approach anyway, just go on with your life and pretend that the blaster isn't there. I mean, I'm shocking it because I can, but not making that big of a difference to this troop comp. 2 riflemen left, no heavies, rest in peace heavies. At some point the cryos actually become cannon fodder too, because they step out a little bit ahead of the heavies, and while cryos are obviously great and a useful part of this troop combination, they are not 100% essential. Whereas the Zuka, on the other hand, yeah, we need to keep those ladies around. So we were barding, what's it, this, and walking up that way. Should be able to shock those two together in theory. Of course, in practice, it's always another question. CMO's not really a problem for this troop comp. I mean, it's another sniper tower. It shoots once a second, so you're losing 1 rifleman or 1 Zuka every second. Really? Ah, come on. Get down there. What you got down there? George Thorogood song. 1 bourbon, 1 shot, 1 beer. So probably, let's see, the range, we'll be out of range for most of this walk. We're probably only going to want to start smoking up by the trees. So thanks for that. Yeah, exactly. We're going to lose the riflemen are going to take some damage there, but that's actually not too bad because we're mainly smoking for the Zuka. Going to get some critters out early and try this shock. And we missed it. And that's what the critters are for. Well, we'll get another chance here in a second. Nope. More critters. Was that the cheaper way? Actually, we're going to shock that guy with the shocks being cheap. That's not all that expensive to do. More critters into the middle. There's a machine gun. There's a mortar in there. Just trying to get away from those things. Don't really need them to go down. And now we have the shock launcher. Ah, should have gotten the mortar as well with that. Did not. And let's get that going back there. Shock launcher is down, and now the shield. Not a great place for that shield. Now we can shock over here, the mortar and machine gun, because that shield is just naturally going to fall and maybe flare away because that thing is about to take out many of our troops. Many of our troops, but not going to matter because this is going down. With here 4 ice. Hey, I got that shock. The flame is not able to reach the troops. It's only after the critters right now, and when you get to that point on an HQ with no shield up and this many Zukas working on it, yeah, things are going well. Okay, 23 minutes. We still have the guy with the warriors, and I do want to get to that because I love my warrior rushes. Destroy, we don't care. That we'll save for later. Don't remember what base that was. We'll do the warriors and then that'll be it because we're getting on the long side here. But because I just don't get that many chances to use my warriors these days. Coffee break. Who drank all my coffee? Son of a bitch. Alright, so scouting mines, boom mine back there. We're gonna have to do a barrage in this area, gonna have to do a barrage on the HQ. That'll probably leave a couple of mines in here to pop. Nothing major. Why are your machine guns and flamethrowers back there? I have no idea, but that works for me. So a shock in back of the HQ because of the blaster and machine gun, and we're definitely going to want to do, this is going to get shocked early because of the CMO. Either that or we're going to throw some critters behind us, so that'll be occupied. But probably the shock, because we're going to have to shock these 2 shock launchers because of bullet. Excuse me. I meant to do, actually, got distracted when I saw my activity log overnight. Ah, did that not drop? Tell you what, we're actually going to retreat on that because that was not the best spread in the world and I really wanted that shock mine down. No shame in that, especially with the with the barrage because it is random. Sometimes you're just not lucky, and if you're not lucky with it, then go back, try again. Also watching to see, I think, yeah, the boom mine just blew up. Alright, so we're left with one boom mine, that's gotta go. We'll tank the other mines on the path, not worried about them. There was just a tiny puff of smoke behind that sniper. So yeah, I was going to do a video which was going to show me struggling through tanks, because I've decided, like, why do I not know how to do this? I should. Perfect, get everybody gathered up. Use the ground flare technique here because he has not been so kind as to, yeah, we'll just throw critters in there actually, has not been so kind as to give me a defense directly in front of the HQ. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Health on the warriors, not keeping track of bullets, so we're going to hit that again, and we're going to throw that on the HQ because down it goes. Even with your 4 ice 2 boosting over there. But it does take, I mean, it does take a lot longer than when someone has no ice at all. That HQ is like 3 or 4 hits tops, and that was enough that we had to go through a second round of taunt. So I think taunt lasts at least 8 seconds. And what is this? And yeah, we already did that. Okay, so one more on my map and it'll be clear. You know what the hell, might as well go do it at this point. It's a long video, whatever. But RCZM, I don't actually save HRCZM as a specific troop loadout because I have all the others there. And I really do use all of those on a pretty much daily basis. I use the Grens least, but I mean, every time. Even with Do Not Disturb. Weird. Alright, we'll come back to that. It's either wife or boss or boss or wife. It's just every single time. So, boarding out rockets, dealing with shocks. That was the plan here. Some people don't scout. I do. Whatever works for you, and then that. Of course. Nobody's home. We don't want any. Whatever works for you, I guess. And we did say we were going to be going into this with low GBE, and that is going to be the truth. That's not going to go down either. So, 17, that's going to leave me with 19. We're going to want to get a shock out quickly, probably on the machine gun and shock launcher, and some critters down. So let's do it. Okay. A little bit of... And here we go with that drop I was talking about before, where the heavies go in the middle, the rifles go on both sides, so the heavies are taking the fire that we want them to take, and in this case we can go like that. The heavies are taking the fire that we want them to take from the machine guns, whereas the... gonna need some health over there, nope, health over there, like now. The riflemen were eating up the fire from shock on that, because that's going to be a moment. Release some more critters on the left side. The riflemen were taking the fire from the one-hitters. Wow, that sentence took forever and a day to finish. So we're going to shock up here and get up there, because everything that we need is down, and the shield is in that direction, and basically the mortar is the only thing between us and victory here, and we're going to distract the mortar this way. Also that SEMO, also that damn grappler. Seriously, lay off me with the grappler. And we're going to shock all of those things. Now you're stealing my medics. Again, war crimes. Don't do that. Asshole. And the mortar, which should drop any second, please. Yes. And get the grappler again. And we have troops working on the HQ. So, actually, we can probably just do this now. We don't need any of the other stuff. Don't need the grappler to go down necessarily, because that does not shoot fast enough to be of concern to us, and that's dead too, and map is clear, except for Dr. T. We'll handle that another time. This is, what, Jungle T today, so that's usually AZ for me, and then Volcano Dr. T, that's usually Warriors. Alright, so just under 30 minutes, and we're going to call it at that. That is map clear. I'm Yalik. RCZM ruins lives. Go ahead. Get out there, get some. Have a great day.